Welcome everybody. I would like to introduce Harvey Hernandez today in our interview. He is one of the most innovative developers in Miami and he has an amazing background. Welcome Harvey. I would like to ask you to say a few words or even more words about yourself because I know you have a very deep background as a developer.
Thank you, Anita. Yes, we have been developing for a number of years, more than 15 years. A number of very interesting projects in the portfolio at about 5 million square feet of product already built and another 3 or 4 million in the works. So we have done a lot and we continue to do so. No? And every project that we do is different, is exciting, is unique, and it's something that we enjoy very, very much.
Where are you from, Harvey?
I'm from Venezuela, but I've been here for almost 25 years.
Oh wow, nice. What was the reason why you came to Miami?
Looking for opportunity, looking for adventure. Miami was a very interesting city then, more now of course, but it called my attention.
How did you come first time? Like what was the first, like the moment like, I want to stay here?
Well, since I came, I wanted to stay because it was so different, right? It was a city that it has so much potential. And after a few days, I said, I'm not leaving again. And I haven't left.
Nice. So this means that you had the first impression, falling in love for the first moment in Miami, right?
Absolutely. And like it happens to many people, right?
Exactly. I have never heard in my life someone was coming here that, oh no, this is a city where I don't want to come back again. What they hear or what we hear is that, okay, so how can I stay here? How can I do something here? How can I buy something here?
Absolutely.
So in your case, it was the same exact thing.
Yeah, and I think it has to do with the energy of the whole city, right? It has a very distinct energy that makes people very comfortable.
How do you see Miami? How Miami was changing since you came? What is the, when we are selling Miami, there's always this like, why Miami question comes up. How do you see that, how Miami has improved in the last 25 years and what are the main key selling points for the current buyers if they come to Miami? Why would they buy?
Yeah, absolutely. So Miami in the last 25 years has become a lot more mature, right? It's still a very young city, but now it's a little bit more mature. For example, back in the early 90s, there wasn't any really good-looking building, or the architecture was actually very simple, and we didn't have an urban center per se. It was very spread out as a city. Now it's a lot more concentrated, a lot more defined, with a lot of more defined neighborhoods throughout the city that it makes it really, really special. If you want really, really urbanism, you can come to downtown and Brickell, very urban. If you want to be more beachy and more laid back, you can go to Miami Beach. If you want to be edgy and culture, you can go Wynwood Design District. If you want to be by the water but it's still urban, you can go to Edgewater. So many different areas. And people are noticing Miami more than ever before. So that has been a process of everything that we have been doing for all these years, right? Building this city. And that will continue to do so because it's still very young.
What I see actually is that right now developers kind of like competing how to put in more amenities, how to make their building even more beautiful using international architects. What are you doing to make your buildings to be extraordinary?
Well, absolutely. So we love competition, right? Competition is really what allows us to do great things. And the benchmark in construction and design in this city has been elevating every year, right? With the introduction of amazing architects, great developers, great builders, great designers. So what we're doing in order to compete is basically raising the benchmark on every deal that we do. So every project that we do is better than the last on one way or another, whether it's in services or in architecture styling or in team or amenities or in finishes, but it's better than the last. And that's what I think is gonna make the city great, that every year that benchmark gets raised and raised.
Could you tell me one specific element for each building, what you currently build or just you are planning to build? What are the major advantages or the interesting elements in these buildings?
Yeah, sure. So we deliver a building the last few months called Brico House. Basically the first building in the United States to have a fully automated parking garage. Huge deal. It has been very successful. It's still a little bit of a learning curve for our residents, but everybody has embraced the technology really well. That allowed the positioning of the building in a certain direction within the property to have incredible views. So that's something that we started really, really deeply and that we were able to build it, and it was very, very successful. Centro is another project that we have in downtown Miami under construction, where we decided to build it without on-site parking. So it's like almost building in a building in Manhattan, where you have beautiful retail, great commercial space on the ground floor, and then all this residential product on the top. And then if people want to park, they have an adjacent parking garage that they can use, or they have valet, or they can use public transportation, which is available walking distance. We're doing a project called One Flagler, which is cool, and it's basically we took this amazing historic office building in the center of downtown, and we decided to convert it into office condos, so that the buyers had the opportunity to really own a piece of this icon out there, and it has been hugely successful. In Fort Lauderdale, for example, we're doing a project where we brought a very amazing brand from South Beach, and we did a boutique hotel, and then next to a boutique hotel, this beautiful residential tower that basically will have 129 units, 129 residential units, with the ability to have a lot of services from the hotel. But services in a way that you don't see in any other project in Fort Lauderdale. Like, for example, you have room service, maid service, concierge, and you basically pay as you use them. Nothing is obligatory, nothing is mandatory. So it's something that we like to do. We love that interaction with hospitality, food and beverage, and residential. We love it.
Nice. So this means that these 4 projects are the current one, what you are working on. And which one is your favorite? I know it's very difficult to ask something like this, which one is your favorite child or baby, but you may have something which is what has a special connection to you.
Yeah, so these projects are only a few of the ones that we're working on. We have others that are in the different stages, but we don't have a favorite. So we don't do a project unless we're in love with. You know, it's like having 4 kids. We don't have a favorite, so 5 or 10 kids. They're all special in each specific way. So we just enjoy doing great projects, and everything that we have being built or in the pipeline it fits our model.
We are talking about the company New Guard. Actually, we did not mention the name of company. It's very important because this gives the credibility to the buyers when they see that you have been building all these projects, and of course you are planning to build further ones. The name of the developer, the name of the company is very important to establish. When you are thinking of the company, how the company was set up, and is this your baby or you have partners with them?
Yeah, so New Guard is only me. We don't have a partner or anybody else involved. Barbara Salk is my CEO, and she's my right-hand person, which we're very lucky to have her. She's very, very talented. And the name of the company, when we set it up, we wanted to make it in a way that it could represent really what we contemplated out there, what we represented as a company, right? It needed to be represented in the name as well. So we came out with this name that basically means the new avant-garde. which is basically what we're creating, right? The new Miami.
So you are the innovative developer in Miami who has huge background for.
That's what we would like to represent, absolutely, and that's why we set up that name.
I'm very curious. What is your background, like studying wise? Or?
Yeah, so I started business administration, and then I started. My first company was a computer company, wholesaler, which I sold after 5 years, very successful. And that was in the late 90s. And then I found myself kind of unemployed for a few months until I said, okay, why don't we start developing? And I fell in love with my first building, and I've been doing it ever since.
Nice. So you are kind of like, you established yourself based on your business studies and based on your success, what you had with the other company, and you have to be like a conductor for the company to choose the right project and make it happen and build it.
Yeah, so that's what we are, right? We developers are a little bit like a symphony conductor. We pick the best members of the team possible and then come up with the best vision for every specific project, and then we execute.
What is the project, what is in your mind in the future, when we look into the future a little bit, what you would love to build, or something what you have a passion for to build in the future?
Yeah, so we have a few projects that we would love to build, but if one that comes to my mind is one that we are actually in design as we speak, and is a project that basically houses a little bit of everything. A lot of retail, hotel, hospitality experience, entertainment, and residential. But the type of residential that is totally different is a residential with a lot of services, with a lot of with a level of design that you've never seen in this type of projects. And it's something that we want to do and bring to this marketplace first before anybody else. So I cannot tell you much.
That's what I wanted to like. So okay, I guess it's going to be a secret, the name of the project.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell me then a little bit about the neighborhood, if you can. Which neighborhood you were choosing?
It is in a very vibrant urban neighborhood.
Okay, so I asked another way. What is the neighborhood you are passionate about? What is the neighborhood where you would like to build? Even if we are not talking about this project, but what is the one that...
So we are passionate about urbanism. We're passionate about very urban type of areas. We're very passionate about the beach. We have another project that we've been working on the beach for a couple of years. That is going to be beautiful. It's very, very special to us. But we basically like urban sites. We like energy. We like these projects that can really develop in a way that it can bring energy to the residents and a very catered, almost like curated lifestyle.
Now we are talking a little bit about the buyers. So you are really focusing on the buyers who are willing to have something innovative, something which is very much catered, like hospitality-wise, they feel all the convenience of the project. How do you see that the buyers are changing, the buyers who are coming to Miami to purchase? Because this is what I hear from many developers and also from real estate professionals, that the characteristics of the buyers is changing. How do you feel that?
We actually see the same thing. We feel that the buyers from 2003, 4, and 5 are totally different than the buyers that we have today. So today's buyers, they are more sophisticated. They expect more. They request more. They know more of the market. They sometimes know more than many industry professionals, which is interesting to know. They read more. Information is a lot more available, easier attainable by them. And we respect that. Actually, something that we like, because that type of buyer really appreciates our product much better. and they pay attention to the details, which is something that is very rewarding for us because we pay a lot of attention to the details. So also the buyer is a little bit more mature as far as taste. So they seen product in Miami that that it was done, say, a few years ago, 10 years ago, that it was at the beginning of the trend and might not be as sophisticated as the type of products that we're seeing today. So they follow you, if you deliver something great, they expect even more from you in the next one. And it's something that we pay close attention to.
Okay, so we are talking about the buyers, and there's a very interesting trend right now because the dollar is very strong and the foreign currency is fluctuating in the last year. Do you feel anything from this, or your buyers are kind of like out of this circle, they are not infected, or they are not too much driven by this fluctuation of the foreign currency?
Yeah, so it's something that we're paying a lot of attention to because we understand that every currency, first of all, we understand that Miami is a global market, right? That our buyers come from all over the world. And the majority of the currencies are being affected by some type of devaluation. Some 10, 15%, some others up to 60%. So with that in mind, we are paying a lot of attention to what's going on in the currency market. Now, the same way that I'm telling you this, I can also tell you that these buyers have to get used to these fluctuations, because at the end of the day, if they don't buy today, chances are they will have to pay more in the future. Number one. Number two, where else are the buyers are gonna come? They have to come to the US if they really want to invest in a very secure market. And within the US, the perception is that Miami is probably the best option. As well as cities like New York, which is totally overpriced, and also LA, which is more expensive than Miami. So that leaves us in a very good place.
So this means that based on the prices, and Miami is still competitive, and besides that, the big cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Miami is the youngest city, and we have the best amenities, the latest design, the most innovative developers, so it's very attractive for the international buyers.
Absolutely, absolutely. And a city within the United States that we think is gonna deliver better value in the long run for our buyers is Miami.
Good. Where do you see the interest comes from into your project? So South America, Europe, Asia, or Canada, or US, which is the most significant buyer type who is
So that's something that we also see changing. 10 years ago, it was pure South America. Now, for the last 3 or 4 years, we're seeing interest from all over the world. We see it from Asia, we see it from Europe, Middle East, we see it from South America, of course, Canada, and interestingly enough, within the United States. There's a huge trend, which is residents from New York, Northeast, Midwest, or even California moving to Miami because of many reasons, whether it's taxes, lifestyle, affordability, energy, you figure.
And weather, probably we're going to have a very strong weather or winter next year too. Absolutely. So we will have more people coming over.
Absolutely. So every time they have a strong winter, which is, it seems that it's every year, exactly. we have more residents coming this way.
So which is very good, very positive, and this shows also that we hope, and this is, I think, most of the developers and most of the city professionals are working on that. We don't want Miami to be like a second home city or something like vacation home city. We want Miami to be a live city, Miami to be really strong in economical way. That's why I think there are different, like eMerge has the initiation to bring in the technology industry to Miami. What do you think about the shows or the special events like Boat Show, Art Basel, eMerge, Auto Show, and also Miami New Construction Show, which is the real estate show recently came to Miami? What do you think about these events? How do they bring value to the city?
I think these events are very, very important because what they do is that they put the city in a map. They basically showcase your city, right? They basically attract a number of visitors, whether they're buyers or just visitors or curious or even people that are coming to work on these shows, and we expose our city to them. So it's almost a way that we can somehow showcase our city every time that there is a boat show, every time there is an art show like Art Basel, or a new homes show like such as yours. I think this is exactly what we need, as well as the creation of new opportunities for all these people interested in moving to our city.
I believe it's a great chance, because Miami New Construction Show is, with the realtors, the international realtors are driving in a lot of traffic, and I believe realtors are the concierges for the international buyers and for the international traffic which is coming to Miami, because choosing the home or rentals or something, this is the first point where they can connect it. So that's why we also feel that it has a great impact on the city's life, and especially for developers who are selling these beautiful buildings to make their life easier, and showcasing Miami is always our pleasure. We are passionate about Miami. I think this is something very common, that we have to sell the advantages, we have to show these advantages to the foreigners, and when they come, then they fall in love. So there's no question that they want to stay here and they want to do something.
Absolutely, absolutely.